Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of In Her Shoes. And today we are talking with Nicole Barham. She is amazing. She is known as the 5-Minute Money Coach. She is going to be talking all about money. She's gonna be sharing her journey, some tips, and she's just amazing at what she does. So I wanted to bring you to her, to my audience, her to you, and I think she's gonna bring her on in a few minutes here. So hi Terry, how are you? Okay, let's see. Let's see if she's here. Okay, I'm just trying to get her on, so bear with me. So I want you to drop in the comments if you have any questions or where you are tuning in from. Here. Okay, I think she's here. We're just waiting. Nicole!
Hi, I'm here.
How are you?
I'm doing well, Kelly. How are you?
Good. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you fine.
Okay, good. How are you doing? I'm so excited to have you here.
I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for having me. Thanks for inviting me.
Yes. So everyone, this is Nicole Barham. We are talking, you're known as the 5-Minute Money Coach. I feel like every time I see you, my love, you have been in action. I've been watching you. And I
Thank
just
you.
want, whether people are tuning in live or watching the replay, if you could just share a little bit about your journey, and anything you want to share, and then we'll get into the tips and the questions, because I know there's a lot of questions around money. It's a great topic, but yeah, just share with us a little bit more about yourself and how you got into this work and all of it.
Of course. So, I'm Nicole Barham, and I call myself a 5-minute money coach because I create 5-minute products for mostly entrepreneurs to stay on top of their finances in just 5 minutes a day. Because finances are overwhelming. When people think about it, the first thing they're like, I do not want to do this.
Yeah.
And they're already overwhelmed without even doing anything. So 5 minutes is kind of attractive, right? They're like, oh, I don't feel like doing it, but 5 minutes, I can do that. Everybody says I can do that. And so a little background is that early in my career, I started out in accounting. As you can hear from my accent, I am Jamaican. And so I started in my first, 20, oh my gosh, almost 30 years ago in accounting. And so my background is numbers. And then throughout my career, I've always been around numbers and finance. And then I learned how to how to use Excel and use Excel at like an advanced level. And so I kind of married those together. When I wanted to create my own system because I had ran into some horrible debt. I owned a company before, an online company, and I wasn't paying attention to my money. And so what happened was my company went bankrupt and I had to file bankruptcy. And now think about this, Kelly. I'm a finance person, a background in accounting, numbers person, and this happened to me. So
Yeah.
can you imagine somebody who is not a numbers person, doesn't like numbers, doesn't want to look at their numbers? And so I'm saying that if it happened to me, it can happen to anyone. And I wanted to, when that happened to us, I wanted to figure out a way. I used my background to create this simple system that I could keep on top of my finances, and it doesn't have to take me all day.
Yeah.
And that's when I started to do my own thing. And then I was like, this is so easy. And if I'm using it, maybe there are other people who could use this, right?
Yeah.
And so that's how I started to do this 3 years ago for private clients. I had clients that I used to do their finances for them. And then when I joined We Should All Be Millionaires, which is the group that we're both in, the community that we're both in, and started to go through all the training. And, Rachel said, create something that you can sell over and over. You don't have to be, interacting with each customer. And so that's how the idea of I could create this 5-minute bookkeeper or this, these financial systems and have, people do it themselves if I just make it really easy for them. So that's, the story of the 5-minute bookkeeper. And, it's been amazing. Like the feedback has been like beyond anything that I ever imagined.
Oh my gosh. I see the testimonials. It's like you are literally, you're making it so easy for people. And I want to go back to what you said, being in finance. I was in finance too. And like, the whole thing around that, and I'll tell you, I landed in over $40,000 a debt, and I had shame. Like same thing, like I should know this,
Right.
I went to school for finance, like all of that stuff, and there was like shame around it, and like I wasn't opening credit cards at a point. So do you find that in the people that you work with, maybe like is it like, what is that like that you don't want to look at your money? Is it kind of like an avoidant behavior, you think? Or
Yeah, I think it's societal, to be honest with you. And we just don't talk about money.
yeah,
Anytime I was speaking to someone recently, and they said that when they're talking to their clients and they say, why are you running your business? And they talk about, oh, I want to help people, I want to serve, I want to do this. And they never get to the money. And she's like, when are you going to tell me that you're in business to make money?
yeah.
And so I think it's just, if you can believe it, in 2021, it's still taboo to talk about money, right? And so I think that's it. I think people just hide from money. It's not commonplace. It's not something, it's not spoken about in your home, except your parents are saying, I don't have it. I don't have any
Right.
money.
Or
You
it
want
doesn't
this
grow on
thing?
trees, or all those
Yes.
phrases.
Yeah, exactly. So, so that negative thing that a lot of us have grown up with, there's not enough money to go around. It's not taught in schools. It's not taught in the home. And you start learning about money when you're an adult. And since it was never a part of your upbringing, and since society doesn't like to talk about money, then you just, it just happens that you just are not talking about it. Right.
Yeah.
And then when you're not talking about it, when you're ignoring it, you kind of feel like, it's going to go away.
Yes.
I'm here to tell you that it will not go away if you ignore it. So yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why people don't look at their money too, because they're just scared of what they will see,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah. And I think also like some of the shame, right, that's brought up. I know for me, it was shame. Like I knew I was in debt. I didn't know how much. And I felt like I should know this because I went to school for finance. Like it was
Right.
it's what I studied. So I think some people may have some like shame or trauma around that too.
Yeah.
I would love to talk to you about, because first of all, you had a goal. You set out a goal for yourself last year, and you hit the goal for yourself. And I would love
Yes.
for you to share that journey. I mean, and just like, where did your motivation come from in creating this product? And like, and I know, because I know you like love to help, women, entrepreneurs, leaders, all of it. So I would love for you to, like, wherever you want to go, I would love for you to talk about the motivation of like why you created the product and why you think it's so important that people need it. And then also why was it so important to you, like personally and professionally?
So, I honestly, when I was thinking about starting my own business, one of the biggest motivations is my son. So a lot of people might know my son, Brandon, he's 8 and he's special needs. And I've always dreamed of being home, taking care of him, taking him to, because he has many different therapies, speech therapy, ABA therapy, all those things. And it's usually us running around, having someone pick him up, take him to the to therapy, and I just wanted to be home for him and to be taking him to all these different things and having enough money to pay for all the therapies he needs. And so I'm happy to say that this is my last week at a job. It should have been December, but things happen and they asked me to stay for an additional month. So I really and truly wanted to start a business because of my son. And so when what do I know and what do I know how to do well? And this is what I know how to do well. And I've been doing that on the side for a few years. So I'm thinking, if I create, I literally got this idea in the shower. So I'm like, what can I do in order to create something that I can sell without being, exchanging my time each time that I work? Because when I work with a client, that's what happens. And so that was my motivation. My son is my motivation for creating a business where I'm wildly financially successful, millions of dollars. Like, I want to be a billionaire, like all the money. There's no limit, Kelly.
Yes,
I want to make all the money. So I literally, he's my main motivation for that. Also, my daughter, who's 18, she turns 19 on Friday. She is in college, going to college debt-free.
Wow.
That was also another one of my motivations, because I know that the student loan debt in America is beyond ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
And I just did not want her to be, or ourselves, or us to be taking out loans or anything like that. So she's going to college debt-free, another motivation. So it's mostly around my children, and I just want to be comfortable. I want to live a comfortable life. I want to be traveling. I love to travel. When outside opens up again, I definitely would love to do some traveling, first class traveling, like all the things that you would want to do when you have money.
Yes.
That's my motivation. I just want to be financially free.
Yeah. I love that, Nicole. And yes, it's like more. Yes, more,
yes.
please. So I guess because that came easy for you, right? Like, how would you tell people it, like, you knew it was like your children. Did you always know? Like, do you think that was always your motivation, or did you always know your motivation?
I don't always know, because I started, I think it's in my blood. Well, I know it's in my blood. My grandparents on both sides were business owners. Like, they had their own store there in Jamaica. My grandparents on my mom's side still have that store till today.
Wow.
So they have never worked a job, always had their own business, always made their own money. So I tell people that it's in my blood, And then when my son came along, then that was even more motivation to make sure that I build a business that's successful, that made a lot of money, that could support him and all he needs. And I think that was just more fuel. But I've always had this entrepreneurial streak of wanting to be in business for myself.
Amazing. So I want to talk about, right, your product. And do you do coaching too still, like one-on-one coaching, or are you more focused on the product?
I'm more focused on the product. However, since I'm going to have some more time, there are a few people that have reached out to say, can you help me with my finances, especially since it's tax season, right? And so I have just a handful of clients that I'm working with one-on-one to get them ready for tax season. And usually what I do is I set them up for success, and then they can take it away. Because I really want them to be self-sufficient. I really want them to be, doing their own finances, because that's how you build that relationship, right? And that's how you are, you get intimate with your money. That's how you date your money, right?
Yes,
so date your money.
Yes.
So that's what I literally help them set them up, help them with any backlog they have. And then they just take it away and do it on their own. So I do that. There are other clients who want to work with me one-on-one just to keep them accountable, because I'm a huge fan of accountability, right? And there are a million platforms out there for finances. The difference with my products, 5 Minute Bookkeeper, I also have 5 Minute Biz Tracker for the entrepreneur who is already have the bookkeeper, but they want to be closer to their money. 5 Minute Profit Roadmap when you want to map out those big money goals and track against them. So, and Personal Tracker, of course, because you want to make sure you take care of your personal finances.
Yeah.
So all of those I have created in with the intention that you and I include support and accountability with that because I just don't want to sell you something and then you go off
Right.
and like maybe not use it ever.
Yes. And that's the problem with, right?
Yes.
Like all the courses we do online and it's
Mm-hmm.
like we get it and then we're like, oh yeah, we have to do. So I like that accountability.
Yeah.
And it's money, right? Like it's
yes.
I like that you said like money date, like set up a money date. That is like huge, right?
Yes.
Because I don't think people, I never looked at it.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, I call them babysitting sessions because you come with your wine or your tea or your coffee or your brown liquor. I won't judge.
Yeah.
And you hang out. And I have a few people. I did a screenshot the other day of our Zoom because we get on Zoom once a week. You come in, you make your updates because it's busy. Everybody knows it's busy, and it can get away from you if it's not needed right now, right? Yeah. And so that's why I created these babysitting sessions, co-working sessions, where you literally come in, make your updates to your finances, have your money date, and then you just head off and come back next week. So that's why I built in this accountability because I know that was what's missing from people really being able to stay on top of their finances.
Yeah. So everyone should get your product. And what would you say to people that that aren't, like they maybe haven't looked at their finances really in detail, or maybe they're scared to? I like that you said like create the money date. Is there any other like tips or kind of things that you would suggest that you even see with past clients, current clients, future clients, anything that would help people watching now?
I think this evening, actually, I was talking to one of my clients and she said, I look at 5 Minute Bookkeeper even when I'm not going to go in there and put anything and turn in data. I'm like, are you serious?
Oh my gosh.
She's like, yeah, I just open and look at it and look at my numbers. And so a lot of feedback that I've gotten from my clients is I make finances fun. And I know that a lot of people watching this will be like, how can you make finances fun? That is so ridiculous. But it's true because the way that my systems are set up is that you literally would love looking at your numbers because it's like, it's okay. How much did I spend on advertising? How much did I spend in this category? How much did I bring in? Right? How can I set up goals? So another thing that my 5 Minute Bookkeeper does is I built in an income goal section in there so you can set your goal. So if your goal for the month is $10,000, right? As you update your income, then your money, your income goal is being is tracking against that. Yes. And it will tell you, okay, 10,000, you already earned $4,325. You still have 5,000, so you can see that number. And when you have that number, when you're aware of that number, you become so creative, right? Yeah. You get to the point where you can literally, it's a game. You're like, $3,000 left, so many days left in the month. Let me sell something. Let me reach out to a client. Let me reach out to a potential, like you get so many ideas. I get so many ideas by just having these little psychology built into my spreadsheets that really help you to meet your goals, to stay on top of your finances, and just to keep track. When you're keeping track, you definitely make better financial decisions when you have that clarity into your finances.
Yeah, and it's like it's in your subconscious, like you said, like you're stating it. So everyone tuning in, these are the tips, right? Find your motivation. That's huge. So you found your motivation. It's the driving force. Even, and sometimes I think people have to relook at it. Like motivation 90 days ago might not be the same motivation right now. So have your motivation and see if you can find something that is like a that will keep you motivated for the whole year. Two,
Yeah.
you said set like a money date to look at the finances, right? To look at your money. Third is like make finances fun. I love
Yeah.
that. Make finances fun. That's so good. And I love that. You can bring in like the money date and your product
Yeah.
to do that. What else? Anything else that you can think of that would be helpful for people?
Um, I think those are really the three key points. There has to be a motivation. I think one of the things that I say all the time is you can't make more of what you ignore, right? And so if you
Okay, say that again. Say it again. The people in the back that did not hear it, or maybe they're like multitasking. Say it
yeah,
again.
you cannot make more of what you ignore, right? So you don't pay attention to your money, you're not looking at it, you're not seeing how much is coming in versus going out. It's just, out there doing what it do. You're not gonna be able to make more of that because the money's gonna be like, money's energy, right? You hear a lot of mindset coaches say money is energy. And if you're not giving that positive energy to your money and you're not taking care of it, then it kind of is like, oh, well, I guess Kelly doesn't want any more of me because she's not looking at me. She's not taking care of me. And so I think that is, if you're not looking at your money, especially as an entrepreneur, and you have your big money goals, because you don't want to always be making, what you're making. Everybody wants to make, want to double or 3x or 10x or whatever your goal
Yeah.
is. And how are you going to do that without keeping track and knowing where, you don't know where you are right now? And then how are you going to get there? Do you know when you make it? Like, it really is the foundation. The finances is the foundation of your business.
Yes.
Right?
So say that phrase again. I love it.
You can't make more of what you ignore. So pay attention to your money.
So good. So we're going to be on Clubhouse later. That's what I
Yes.
call the after party.
Hmm.
Because and you can get to talk to Nicole live and ask her questions, because I know there's only so much we can ask questions here, and like
Right.
you're definitely sharing so many golden nuggets, but I want people to access you, like ask you
Yeah.
questions and have a total conversation. So what would you say the best thing about your product is? Is it like, because it sounds like it's really like easy and effortlessly to
Yeah.
kind of move around, and it's not overwhelming to people.
Right, absolutely. And that's why I know what the other products are.
Yeah.
I know that they're overwhelming. I know that they're complex sometimes, and I wanted my products to be the opposite of that.
Yeah.
Simple, quick, and easy, right? And feedback again from my clients or my customers, it's the simplicity.
Yeah.
There are literally entrepreneurs who have bought 5 Minute Bookkeeper, spent an hour and a half to 2 hours, and they updated the entire year of their finances in their business. So
Wow.
this is not like when people think about a year, first of all, they get so overwhelmed. Like, this is going to take me hours. It's going to be over a few days. I'm going to tear my hair out. I'm going to be scrambling, all of that. And then to hear them say, in under 2 hours, all my numbers were updated. And now all I need to do is continue doing that 5 minutes a day or half an hour a week to keep it, to keep on top of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely simple, quick, and easy.
Yeah. Because no one has time. No one has time to like sit
Right.
there and like this needs to be an app, my love. There's so many. I'm already like the ideas, Nicole. The
Yes,
ideas, like it's.
I actually have the idea for the app, but the only reason why I'm like, because I don't want people to like just connect their bank to the app and then they just leave it
Yeah.
like everything else. So I'm trying to figure out how it could still be interactive, how they could still build that relationship, how they could still, have that going in an app. But yeah, an app is definitely in the works.
Yeah. And it's the same, right? Like it's also like when you do your taxes and all of that, like it does require a little bit of time, right? To get
Yeah,
like grounded and look at it. And I like how you said, like, make it fun, make it because,
yeah,
and it's like money begets money. you know, like press begets press. Like as
Yes.
you start to make, like when you get the one sale, you get the second, like, so
Hmm.
it's also like respecting money. And like you said, like looking at it and paying attention to it.
Yes, absolutely.
Amazing. Okay, so where can people find you? I mean, obviously go on her bio here, but
Hmm.
anywhere you want to drive people, or do you have resources or anything that you want people to check out?
Yeah, well, right now my homepage, NicoleBarham.com, and you have to put the www or it sends you to like a weird page. So www.NicoleBarham.com. It's under construction, but
Fine.
there the information is there for a 5 minute bookkeeper if that's what you want to if that's what you're interested in. If it's tax season, a lot of people's numbers are still sitting on their bank statements and their credit card statements, so it's a good time to get your numbers off that computer and onto the 5 minute bookkeeper.
Yeah, and I would just say follow you on social. Like you're always
Yeah,
giving amazing tips. You always have like these amazing nuggets. Like I love your stuff on social. I really
thank
do.
you.
And um, guys, just get her stuff. Like she is so, I've watched you grow through, I mean, honestly,
Thank
the
you.
last 6 months, and you are just a force. And I just love watching you. I love seeing your growth. I love,
Thank you.
you motivate me. Like your why motivates me. And it's just like, there's a bigger reason why you're doing what you're doing. And
Yeah.
if people can even just harness a little bit of your why, like a little piece, like borrow her why, because I think that's so important for anyone, right?
Yeah.
Because um, we can, motivation is a funny thing. We can motivate, we can take a shower, brush our teeth, but I think the why is so important. And would you say
Yeah.
that is your driving force?
Yeah, absolutely. I look forward to just taking care of my son. Making sure that he as an aside, I said something on my page today and a lot of people, you know, got in on the conversation and stuff like that. And autism is hard. I'm telling you, it's very hard. And the therapies are absolutely very important. And I want to get to the point where we don't have to worry about the money to pay for the therapy because the insurance company isn't paying, or it's too many hours, or it's not enough. There's a lot of stuff going on when it comes to kids getting their needs met, right? And so that driving force that said, that thing that says, no matter what the cost is, I can afford it. And that has happened to us recently where we got a big, almost a 5 figure bill for his therapies, and we didn't have to worry because we were able to pay for it. Didn't have to get a credit card, we didn't have to get a loan, we didn't have to. So those are the things that I've already had a taste of it. And I know for sure that if we're able to continue to take care of his needs, then he can he can like really live up to his potential by getting all the services that he needs. So yeah, that's my number one why. I mean, I have like a lot of
Yeah.
others, but my number one why is definitely him.
Amazing. You
Yeah.
are amazing. You are
Thank
amazing.
you so much, Mary.
Yes. So we are going to be on Clubhouse. Make sure today, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so bring your questions. We want to see you. It'll be good because there's some time in between now and then. And,
Yes.
get on Clubhouse. And even if you have questions, if you are not on Clubhouse, message Nicole, or leave a comment below here, because she is amazing. Her product is amazing and you want to get it. And everyone should be looking at their money.
Yes,
Everyone should be. It's
absolutely.
so important. And to create like generational wealth, right? To break those cycles and just heal a lot of, because everyone has a relationship with money, good, bad, and different. We all
Mhm.
do. And I just love that you're helping people just like avoidance like me, because I'm definitely avoidant, attachment style, to really like just be with it, have fun with it, and like call more of it in, right?
Yes,
Because we're
absolutely.
worthy of receiving it.
Yes, we
So
are.
Loving you. Thank you so much for your time and your energy, Nicole. And
Thank you, Ellie.
everyone, just follow her. Make sure you just watch what she's doing. Buy her products. Buy whatever's coming out, because I know more's coming out. So that's like,
Yes,
who knows
more.
when everyone's going to be watching this, because you're going to have so much more out. So just follow her. She's amazing. And Nicole, we'll talk in a little bit on Clubhouse. So
Yep.
thank you so much.
Thank you, Kelly. Thanks for having me.
All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you at Clubhouse. Bye.